their birthday, they're usually not the sign that they think they are. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle. I'm super excited. This is my first video and I'm talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is astrology. More specifically, the difference between tropical astrology and sidereal astrology, and break down which one is more accurate. I always hear people talking about and like repping different sun signs. Oh, it's Leo season. Oh, Cancers be like. Oh, don't mess with an Aries, so forth and so on. When I ask people their birthday, they're usually not the sign that they think they are or they grew up thinking they were. First things first, what is astrology? When you are born, at the exact time of your birth, there's basically like a timestamp. However the stars and the planets are at that moment, that is your birth chart. When people are saying I'm a Leo or I'm a Sagittarius, they are referring to their sun sign. All of the planets, including the sun and moon, have an effect on us. The sun is the planet of vitality and individuality, so that's who we are. The moon is the planet of emotions and instincts, so that's how we feel. Mercury is the planet of the mind. That's how we think. Venus is a planet of love and pleasure. That's how we love. Mars is a planet of energy and assertiveness. That's how we do things, how we take action. When we're upset, that's our Mars energy. Also in the bedroom, that's our Mars energy too. Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion, and Saturn is the planet of discipline and limitations. That's the planet of karma. Saturn is going to teach you your lessons. We also all have what is known as an ascendant or rising sign, basically the constellation that was rising on the horizon at the exact time of your birth. This is what people encounter when they first meet us. If you have Cancer ascendant and a Leo sun, when people first meet you, they're going to get Cancer energy instead of the Leo energy. And when they get to know who you are, then they will get the Leo energy. If you grew up in the Western world, you grew up with tropical astrology, and more than likely, if you grew up in India, you grew up with Vedic or sidereal astrology. Tropical astrology deals with the movement of the sun through the seasons. Sidereal astrology deals with the movement of the sun through the actual placement of the stars. So if you did grow up in the Western world, you probably learned or heard that astrology was discovered by a Greek mathematician / astronomer named Claudius Ptolemy in about 285 BC. The only problem with that is he actually didn't discover astrology. Surprise. The Sumerian people, which is actually the oldest civilization that we know of, they have the oldest written communication that we've ever found. They are the first people that ever studied the stars. They noticed that different star clusters were together and they actually named the constellations. They defined our solar system, and they also recognized that different constellations came into the sky at different parts of the year. The Sumerians taught astrology to the Babylonians, and Ptolemy learned astrology from the Babylonians. Now, when the Greeks got a hold of astrology, they actually implemented the constellation personalities, the elements, as well as creating mythological stories for each one of the planets and the constellations, which is pretty cool. Tropical astrology is named after the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn, which are lines of latitude located approximately 23.5 degrees north and south of the equator. During the June solstice, or first day of summer, the sun is at its highest point and in the constellation of Cancer. And likewise, during the December solstice, which is the first day of winter, the sun is at its lowest point and in the constellation of Capricorn. Now, Vedic astrology is actually originated in the Vedas. And what are the Vedas? Veda actually means knowledge in Sanskrit, and the Vedas are books of knowledge that date back 1000 to 500 BC. The Rig Veda is the oldest, and it actually talks about cosmology and the sun and the moon and how it's relating to the different 27 nakshatras, which are also known as lunar mansions in the sky. Now, nakshatras can be like a totally different lesson on its own. To put it simply, without complicating this entire video, think about how we have 12 constellations. They broke it down even more. Each nakshatra is about 13 degrees and 20 minutes. 27 lunar mansions or nakshatras equals 360 degrees. So there's actually no word in any Indian language that means astrology. They actually use the word Yoitish, which means light, which is fitting because stars light the night sky. So many astrologers actually believe that Mesopotamia and the Sumerian civilizations adopted a sidereal system of astrology way before the Vedas mention it in about 8500 to 10,000 BCE. And also, one other thing that's super important, sidereal astrology only deals with the star systems that we can see. So it generally does not talk about Neptune, Uranus, or Pluto because we can't see those with our eye. Now, the difference between Vedic astrology or sidereal astrology and tropical astrology is that sidereal takes into account what?
The precession of the equinoxes.
You cannot forget this, people. It is very vital to astrology. Every 72 years, the Earth shifts 1 degree.
The Earth is wobbling. It's wobbling. It's wobbling.
Every 72 years, it shifts 1 degree. So that means our view of the stars changes every time it shifts. We are currently 24 degrees off from where we started. So each sign is 30 degrees. So basically almost an entire sign. My birthday is April 25th, and tropical astrology says that I'm a Taurus. When you look at the sun on my birthday, it's in Aries. That's why tropical astrology is ultimately inaccurate. It does not take into account that we are constantly moving, our view of the stars is constantly shifting, and subsequently the stars' effect on us is also changing.